And honestly, I think people are just super tired of being sold to. The whole influencer era feels fake.
It is fake, and that's the whole problem. Everyone wants to be a creator so they can sell you something, sell you a course, but nobody's doing the actual work of being a creator anymore.
I know. That's why we're pivoting. We aren't creating content anymore. We are documenting our business. And if you're still trying to act like an influencer in 2026, you're already behind.
Hi, we're the Branding Fix, two solo bloggers turned co-workers documenting how we're rebuilding our blogs, social media, and brand. And today we're going to be talking about the state of the content creator economy.
But first, we need to talk about why influencing is dead. And here's the thing. Audiences have evolved. I truly believe, and I will stand 10 toes on this, that audiences can smell a curated life or a hidden sales pitch from a mile away. Everyone has signed up to the free webinars. People have downloaded the freebie. People know that they are on, the free to paid pipeline and email workflow. I just really feel like the audience today is super educated about everything that goes on behind online sales.
Absolutely. And actually, I think not only are they educated, they are fatigued. They are really tired of all of these content creators selling them something, going on these funnels and these pipelines because they know that they are, and they're just tired. They just want to get the information. They just want to know what they want to know. They want to ask a question and get that. And a lot of times, yes, they are going to AI for that, but not always. They want to actually talk to a human, and they're so tired that they can't get that because you're always paywalling that, or you're always trying to make them jump through these hoops because that is the program that you've been sold by all the gurus, and that's what you think you have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to, we should stop gatekeeping information. It goes back to the fact, and I know this is something we've talked about a lot here on the channel, that it's more of the experiences. Like, the information is available. People just want to hear, how did you get through this? Also, what is the transformation at the other side? I also think people are tired of aspiring to a lifestyle, because I also think part of the sales pitch is, just all these amazing benefits. Like, look at my glamorous life. You can live this glamorous life too. Oh, I only work 4 hours a day. I only work 2 days a week. I think people don't want to watch people living this perfect life. It's more of, I want to watch you build something honestly and transparently, which is kind of what we are doing here at the Branding Fix. We are sharing everything we've learned, all the mistakes we've made. We're like, okay, traffic is great this month, and then whoop, here's a whiplash. Now we have a dip. I think it's no longer about presenting something aspirational, but actually sharing something real. So creating nowadays is just really feeding into an algorithm or to sell something, and you can lose a lot of trust there. So now the content actually needs to be the product.
Absolutely. And also, you need to document more than create. I think that needs to be the biggest mind shift for creators, is instead of creating to sell something or creating to get people on a list or all of these things that was how we used to create content always, document what you're doing, document what your life is like. The more you let people transparently in on your process, whatever niche you're in, it's going to resonate and build trust more. And I think that is going to be the biggest shift that creators need to make. And I know for some creators that is really difficult because they are so used to the old method and curating everything, and everything has to be perfect and all of these things. And we need to see that messy middle part. I think that is what's really going to build trust with people and what's really going to connect. And that's what we're aspiring to do here on the Branding Fix as well.
Yes, here on the Branding Fix, on our personal blogs, because again, we have individual blogs here, which we talk about, and also why we are doing co-working live. So if you are new here, every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we co-work with you live. We do the Pomodoro method, where we are actively working for 15 minutes, and then we take a break for 10 minutes, and we talk with you, and we do that for another round for a total of 2 hours. We talk about what we're working on. Sometimes it's email. Sometimes we start a blog post. I've been updating for quite a bit, and then when the break time comes, I'm like, I'm always in the middle. I'm always near finishing something, but we are breaking to come and chat with you. So I think what Francesca is also saying from the documenting, not creating portion, is that you need to create this kind of fly on the wall method. I know people used to take these super curated photos of whatever it is that they're sharing and promoting. Let's just say, for example, you're a food creator and you're making your recipes. You take these curated shots, you create your blog posts. You might take snippets of you, also, video snippets preparing what you're making. What we're saying now is that you need to turn the camera on from the beginning, from the second you start taking out ingredients, not the pre-portioned, already ready for you kind of thing. I think people want to see the entire process. They want to see things spill. They want to see you. In my case, the other day I baked and I used self-raising flour instead of my all-purpose flour. The chemistry, okay, for bakers, you all know when you already are also adding baking powder and soda, the chemistry is madness. But that's what people want to see. And no, I'm not a food blogger. I just love to bake. So don't teach from this pulpit. Let them into your work. Show them this, the live without it being live. If you don't want to do that, show them the messy draft. Show them the failed experiment. Just show the human reality. And then, yes, after you can show, the more time-lapse, sped up, best cuts, but also include some bloopers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to humanize you. And in a time where there is so much AI content and there will be so much more AI content, that is really going to make you stand out in a way that people will trust you and will connect with you. But from a point of view of how are you going to make money, I think that it's important to note that, yes, we are not selling information anymore. I think that business model is really going away. And I think that we're really now going back to the original model, which was content is the product. So in a way, yes, that was the influencer model, but we are flipping that on its head because we don't want to be influencers, but content will still be how you make money and how you pay the bills. You have in-platform ads in whatever platform you're posting. Obviously, we are big advocates for blogs because I think that when you own your real estate is the best thing you can do. You're not dependent on an algorithm in order to have your income. So we're big advocates here. We're always going to tell you that you should have a blog no matter what other platform you have. But definitely that is in-platform ads on whatever platforms you're on, which can be multiple. And then, of course, sponsorships and brand partnerships and all of that. Those are still going to be there and available to you. And there's going to be a lot more of that as advertising shifts more towards, regular people, you and me. So I think that there is going to be a lot of income opportunity there. And yes, depending on what is your niche and what you're doing, there will still be opportunities for you to sell something to your followers. That is probably going to be still the case no matter what it is, but it will probably be smaller. I think we need to be also realistic with where the economy is. And the more you can just rely on those brand partnerships and platform ads, you will be more stable, especially right now.
I think that is the thing people really aren't talking about much is the business side of things, the advertiser side of things. And advertisers are shifting their strategies. Like they're not just collaborating with big content creators because in their mind, they have a larger platforms, which mean, they're going to automatically reach a larger audience. No, that is no longer the case. I also think it's important to just pay attention to the culture of your niche and your community. And I love what Francesca is saying about the content being the actual product. The other thing we don't often talk about is building trust, because we are at the height of audiences not trusting content creators. There is this huge gap. People don't look at things as real anymore. They're like, oh no, they're just doing this just because. Like, Fran sent me a thread the other day and I'm like, okay, this person is clearly rage baiting. Like, there's certain things that are just so transparent. And now, again, with all the AI content, you really need to build trust within your community. So instead of treating the content as a funnel to get money from the audience, the content is the product itself, where the corporations pay you directly so the audience can get it for free. And the reason it works is because nowadays, again, we should not be gatekeeping information. When you don't have to kind of protect, well, I can't share this because this is what I have in my course or my downloadable or however you package it, when you don't have to hide stuff and you just let it all out there, which is basically what we do here. We just spill our guts. That will create a level of value. You're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can relate to that experience because I was going through something similar as well. The other gurus, the people who are still doing the early 2000s, 2010s method, they won't be able to compete with you. They won't. And while some people might say, okay, let me go see what they're saying over there, they're going to realize, oh my gosh, it's the same thing you have been saying. And not for nothing, it builds a community of people that are big fans of yours, and they will convert. So when they see you partnering with someone, they're going to jump on board as well, because they know, again, how the sausage is made. They know you do ads. They know you do partnerships, because you also need to get paid. And trusting that your audience understands that and they want to support you is key. I mean, I've had someone comment on my video. They loved the deep dive I did, and they wanted to know how they could tip me. So again, I have nothing, because we have a video talking about demonetizing. I'm not, trying to get money from them directly, but they felt that need. So just trust and believe more people will feel that too. And in the future, you can open up something for them to do that as well.
Yeah, and actually going back to the point that we demonetized, but on our personal blogs, we did have paywalls. And one of the things that was so freeing about removing those paywalls is exactly what Victoria was saying. Sometimes you feel so stressed about what do you put behind that paywall and what goes free. And until you're in it, you don't realize that that's going to be a problem. And it was such a huge mental drain. And I think at some point you end up doing the wrong decisions. You put the wrong thing behind the paywall, you put the wrong thing free, and it just turns into this huge problem that doesn't need to be there when you are just delivering the value for free and letting their views, and that's how they're supporting you. That is what's going to drive the income. So I think that in itself is just so freeing as well.
It is so freeing. We were stressing, we were having conversations almost every month, should this be behind the paywall or should that? And I'm like, well, we said this, and it's really conflicting. But also, I'm now of the view, when you are just doing stuff for free and you're building the audience will tell you what they're willing to pay for. They will. And I think we need to trust our audience that they understand, why you are here, why you're creating. And through serving them and just telling them everything you need to know, you will hear, the little birdie will tell you, okay, they want more of this, they're willing to pay for this, and then you can create something. Because I also don't want you all to feel like we're saying you can't ever sell anything. It's just the old way of packaging things aren't working anymore. And if you can package something, you need to be able to package something that it's not easy for another person to replicate, because it's unique to you and your community. Because I do think even micro communities within the larger community, it's super, super, super specific. So our big prediction is that the creators who are going to win in 2026 and beyond will not be the ones who are selling. It's the ones who are serving their audience, right? They're not just building these are the little peasants down here, they're my fans and I'm all the way up here. No. They are in the community with their people. Those are the people who are going to win. So it's not about building a fan base. It's not about, teaching and telling people. Instead, it's the people who are creating alongside and working with their audience and helping their audience alongside them. I think those are the people who are going to win. So that's why you need to come co-work with us on a Monday. Work alongside us. Don't just listen to us here, which, listen, we appreciate the views, so listen to us all you want, but come work alongside us too. Blogging, content creation, and everything is lonely, and we want to do this together. I think the more of us that talk to each other and share, the better content creators will be.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, if you are sitting there thinking, okay, I do need to restructure some of what I am putting out on my own channels, on my own brand, on my own blog, definitely go and check out our Fix Your Brand Challenge. That is going to guide you through that process and get you thinking about what are the topics I should be covering? How am I serving my audience? What kind of transformation do I want to bring them along in? And it's really going to give you the clarity to build a brand that you will then apply the concepts of documenting versus creating and all the things we just talked about here with that framework, and it's just going to make things so much easier for you. So definitely go ahead and check out that video as well. But for today, that is all we had in our video about what is the state of the content creator economy. I hope that you got something that was valuable, and now you have to go sit and think about it so that you can restructure all of the things that you're posting, or maybe you're already doing it. So if you're already doing that, let us know in the comments. What are you sharing with people? How are you documenting? Or how are you going to implement some of the things that we talked about in this video? And maybe what did it make you think that you had to change? And other than that, we will see you every Monday at Coworking, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And in the next video, we post videos here every Friday. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.